All right. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat, shalom. All honor, glory, and praises go up and out to the Most High Yahweh, Yahuwah, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Yahweh, Shah, Yahusha, Form, Yashala. All right. Coming to the end of the feast days. In totality, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise again to the Almighty Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? And we're going to keep it moving to close out the feast of the Most High. Last feast days, closing out, is Sukkot, Feast of Booth, or Feast of Tabernacles. All right? Shalom and shalom to anybody out there that was able to partake in the Most High set apart convocation of the High Holy Day. Give honor to the Father in remembrance of our forefathers, all right, and the glory that He bestowed upon the children of Israel. You know, it's just a continuation from Passover all the way up to now, how He delivered us from bondage, all right? And we're gathering ourselves together in the feast days and commemorating that act, right? So once again, anybody that was able to partake in it and keep it over here in our captivity, all praises to the Most High for that, for allowing you to be able to do so, right? Because a lot of people can't do it. A lot of people can do it in partial, but they can't do it in totality because people have to work. Everybody's not self-employed. So with that being said, we give glory to the Father again, just for us to be able to acknowledge the fact who we are, who He is, and what it is we're supposed to do or supposed to do, and acknowledging the fact of how our forefathers performed these feasts. Okay. Going to Matthew chapter 18, verse 20, right off the bat. Just in case anybody wondering where everybody at, where the big multitude at, where my camp's at, and where my congregation at, and all this and all that. Are you holding the Feast of Booth by yourself? No, I'm not. I ain't never making no videos by myself, ever. Matthew 18 and 20. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. So you say, okay, well, where the two or three at? All right. The Most High always used for a witness heaven and earth. So I'm going to call heaven and earth to bear witness and to be with me, right? Also the set apart spirit. The Mashiach and the Most High, they with me too, right? They with me too. So I am not alone, ever, ever. If everybody in the physical body roll out and go do whatever it is they got to do on a daily basis, I ain't alone. Matthew 18 and 20. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. So that's what's up, and that's how it is. And if the Most High decide to change it, that's how it's going to be. Until then, I'm going to move on. And I'm going to continue to give glory to the Father in the way that He's bestowed it upon me. And I'm going to say hallelujah. I'll go straight to Numbers chapter 22, verse 1. Numbers. Chapter 22, verse 1. Like Numbers chapter 22, verse 1. And the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plains of Moab on this side, Jordan, by Jericho. So what they did, and the children of Israel set forward and they pitched in the plain of Moab and or on this side, Jordan, by Jericho. But guess what? The children of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the earth right now. And in hopes and praises again, which I already know, a lot of brothers and sisters, they were able to partake in the feast, right? So they pitching wherever it is they at, and they giving honor and glory to the Father, wherever they at, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, right? So it's a commemoration or a memorial until the Most High establishes us again as a nation, and we'll be in our rightful order, our rightful state, and we can completely do it according to the way the Most High wanted to be done. All right. Numbers 22:1, and the children of Israel set forward and pitched in the plain of Moab on this side of Jordan by Jericho. Right? So just bringing out scriptures, leading me out or closing out this Feast of Tabernacles, right? In demonstration and commemoration. Numbers chapter 22, verse 5. Numbers chapter 22, verse 5. He sent messages, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethah, which is by the river on the land, or by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. They encroaching. They encroaching like an army. They are encroaching. Somebody's scared. But guess what? They ought to be in fear now, because we are continuing to wake up. We are continuing to wake up, give all honor, glory, and praises again to the Most High. See, if you're going to do it, he got Kanye out there running his mouth. Now, I ain't trying to hold Kanye up high, saying he no prophet, he this, he that. But what I'm saying, if you out there in Hollywood, Hollyweird, or any of these faculties or facilities that Negroes are facilitating, basketball, football, baseball, don't matter, soccer, any of the entertainment businesses or in the entertainment world, if you got guts, if you love your people, you're supposed to do like Kanye did. Okay, yeah, you don't win and jumped over the fence. You crossed the line. You signed your name. But some people know before they get in this thing, in this Hollywood thing, that who we are. Some may not. But when you find out and the Most High start putting that spirit on you, you cannot be scared. You got to love your people more than you love your foes. Right? Who is it that don't love their family more than they love their foes? Hollywood ain't for us. Never have been, never will be. All right? So all praises to the Most High for putting the spirit on Kanye to be bold and run his mouth like he always do. He always running his mouth. Right? Kanye always running his mouth. Let him keep running his mouth. Because just like my family gonna hear that from Kanye, and I've been telling everybody in my family, like every other brother or sister of COTP been telling their family members for the longest, trying to bring out prophecy, trying to tell our people who we are as a people, what we're supposed to do, da-da-da-da-da. And they look at us like it don't mean nothing, okay? But they're going to look to their idols, which is Kanye is one of their idols, a worldly idol. They may not gravitate to it, or it may not make them move, but what's going to happen is they'll hear from Kanye before they hear from us, right? Because that's where their heart is. Their heart is not in the Most High. Their heart is in man. They respect and love man more than they love their creator. And the majority of the world is like that. They love their family and their friends and their associates more than they even try to even think about the creator. No reference, no reverence, no nothing. We're not going to mention him, period. But that means now I might have to change if I do that. Let me just make him just null and void altogether. But guess what? You can't avoid the Most High. You can't avoid his will. You can't avoid the work that's being put down. He runs everything. He even run that dumb thought that's running through somebody's mind to think they're going to avoid him. You cannot avoid the Most High. He created you. You can't hide, right? You can't turn off no light. You can't do none of that. So all praises to the Most High for allowing the brother to run his mouth, right? And after that, Like I told my aunt, let's see how many of our family members gonna come running to us now and say and make mention of it. They're not gonna really do it. You know why? Because again, they're scared they're gonna have to change and stop being American. They're gonna have to change. But don't nobody want to do that. They don't want to show no honor to the Most High. But guess what? That's Most High's deal. He the overall judge. He gonna handle his business, which he is doing anyway. So once again, we're gonna move on and close out this Feast of Booths, Feast of Tabernacle, or what they call Sukkot. Right? Numbers 22:5. He sent messengers, therefore, unto Balaam, the son of Beor, to Pethah, which is by the river of the land of the children of his people, to call him, saying, behold, there is a people come out from Egypt. Woo. Behold, they cover the face of the earth, and they abide over against me. They done came out of Egypt. They multiplied strong down in Egypt. The Most High brought that remnant, those who turned back, those who heard Moses and believed and understood, came up out of Egypt. Right? Came up out of Egypt. And they pitched tent. And they started keeping the feast days. They was trying. Moses introduced the laws to them, so they was trying to do what they got to do. They was trying to wash away all the garbage and the filth that they had learned and picked up, all the leeches and ticks that was on them that came when they came out from the land of Egypt, so to speak. The leeches and ticks are the ways and philosophies, you know what I'm saying? The strongholds that they cannot let go, like our people these days cannot let go, won't let go, where they gonna let go. They're gonna be forced. It's a sad story. It is what it is. Or you're gonna get put to death. It's one of the two. Ain't nowhere in the middle. Once again, scriptures even tell us that. That's common sense. The Most High is a common sense Elohim. You either love the Most High or you hate him. Right? You either love him or you hate him. Either or. I'm moving on. Moving on. Leviticus chapter 23 and 34. I'm moving on. Leviticus chapter 23 and 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High. Read it again. Leviticus 23 and 34. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month. Speak unto the children of Shalakia. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of this 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High. Right? So the Most High is establishing the family members, trying to show them their ordinances, their ways, not the ways of the nations, but their ways. Right? Their ways. The things that the Most High, he's establishing them as a people. He's establishing them as a people, even the same as to this day. Most of our people over here either don't know we Israel or don't accept the fact that we are Israel. They don't know the customs. They really don't know who the Most High is because they've been taught through vain philosophy by people who look just like us in them buildings that they call churches on Sunday morning, not telling them that we're supposed to gather ourselves together on a Saturday morning and pay homage to the Most High. They didn't do it. They still ain't doing it. And then when they even tried to bring forth something through the heathen, which is Seventh-day Adventists and Jehovah's Witness, they still polluted the Sabbath day, or if not, they polluted the gospel. They polluted the gospel. Yeah, you keep the Sabbath day, but you give a false image with it. So the people still have been detoured away from the total truth, right? Leviticus 23 and 34, one more time. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month, of this 7th month, shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Most High. So those who are able to keep it, all praises to the Most High, right? All praises to the Most High. But one thing I can say for sure, even if a stranger or somebody watch this video, you know, stranger be of other nations, a stranger be of a Negro who is an Israelite but don't acknowledge the fact, and he come across this video, these are your statues, man. Because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna celebrate, your little Halloween and your little Christ Mass, and your Thanksgiving and your freaking New Year's or whatever they got it on the Gregorian calendar. You're gonna do that, but you can't lift up a leg or even take a breath to even take time out to find out what it is, who you is, what it is you're supposed to be doing. Can you even try to disconnect from the lies that we've been taught? You've been lied to, but I know you've been doing it so long, you can't let it go. I understand that, but I pray for forgiveness of sins of Israel today and yesterday, right? Because in that being said, I don't know who the Most High gonna wake up. I don't know who he's gonna wake up, but his judgment is coming forth every day, right? Leviticus chapter 23, verse 42 through 44, right? I don't know who the Most High gonna wake up, so I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep praying. That's what I gotta do. Leviticus chapter 23. Verse 42 through 44. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. Commandment. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High Yahweh, your Almighty Elohim. Verse 44, and Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord, all of them, right? Feast of Tabernacles, Day of Atonement, Feast of Trumpets, Passover, everything. You heard me? All of that. All of that. Go again. Verse 42 through 44. In Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High Yahweh, your Almighty Elohim. Right? And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Most High. I'm going to jump over to verse 35 through 31. On the first day shall be a set apart or a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High Yahweh. On the 8th day shall be an holy or set apart convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. So once again, we ain't got to offer no offering of fire no more. The only offering, like I said before, that's going to be the offering that goes through the fire is going to be you. You're going to have to be that sacrifice now. You got to continue to go through that fire. What fire? The transition, the taking off or the shaking off the dust or the dirt from the land that you've been dwelling in so long that you did not know who you were. When I say shaking off the dirt, shaking off the filth, plucking off the leeches and fleas and ticks, all these vain customs and philosophies, all these stuff that we have picked up that has just attached onto us that we cannot get off. Some of the ticks done went up under your skin. Stuff so deeply embedded in us, You're going to have to be that sacrifice. You're going to have to be that burnt offering, but you're not going to get burnt. So don't worry about it. The Most High said, walk through the fire. Not a hair on your body going to be touched. Go through it. I got you. Go through that transition. Go through the transition. Don't be scared. Don't be prideful. Right? Because most people are just prideful. And they're scared too. They're scared to change. They're scared to change. but the majority are prideful. Right? Let's go. Leviticus 23, verse 35. On the first day shall be a set apart convocation, ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. On the 8th day shall be a set apart convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Right? These are the feasts of the Most High, which ye shall proclaim to be set apart convocations. Offer an offering made by fire unto the Most High, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, a drink offering, everything upon his day. Right. Besides the Sabbath of the Most High, and besides your gifts, and besides all your vows, and besides all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Most High. Verse 39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month will ye have gathered in the fruit 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. Ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and boughs of fig trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Most High, Yahweh, your Almighty Elohim, 7 days, and ye shall keep it a feast unto the Most High. 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. You shall celebrate it in the 7th month. So in this chapter, in this book, we find out all the feast days in this time of season, what we call fall season right now, right? We find out all the feast days the Most High has bestowed upon the children of Israel. It's the customs and the way we should keep it, commemorate them. So I breezed through that just to bring that out. I'm going to go to Genesis 25, verse 27, right? Just to show y'all where we at and what's going on, what's in process or in progress, what's in process and how we're still progressing. Genesis 25 and 27. Genesis chapter 25, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. See? So before Israel, or before we was even established as a people, period, our forefather Jacob, right? He paved the way. So what we doing right now, we doing just like our daddy did. We paving the way for the people that the Most High gonna wake up. We got to keep doing it so when they wake up, they'll have somebody to be around that's already doing it. So our forefather Jacob paved the way. Thus says the Most High. Let's get it again. Genesis 25 and 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. Dwelling in tents, booths, sukkot, tabernacles. All right? Let's go. Genesis chapter 31. Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided children unto Leah and unto Rachel, and unto the two handmaids. And he put the handmaids and the children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. Verse 5, I'm going to jump down to. And he lifted up his eyes, and he saw a woman, and he saw the woman and the children, and said, who are those with thee? And he said, the children which the Almighty Elohim have graciously given thy servant. Verse 7. And Leah also with her children came near and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. Right? And that's just a custom. Right? Because Esau is and was a powerful man even then. It's just a custom. When you come across people like that, you show honor. You show respect. That's all that is. We're going to move on, though, because I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Numbers chapter 24, verse 5. Oh, Salaki. Let me jump back up. Salaki. Salaki family, go to Genesis chapter 33, verse 17. And then I'm going to come back to this. I missed the precept. Genesis 33, 17 through 20. All right? Let's go back. Genesis chapter 33, 17 through 20. And Jacob sojourned to Succoth and built him an house and made booths for his cattle. Therefore, the name of the place is called Succoth. Right? So it was a city or a place before it was an event or a feast or a gathering. It was a city first, led by our forefathers, Jacob. So what we doing again, we commemorating, we doing just like our daddy did. Right? In this city where we at right now, we holding Sukkot, Feast of Tabs, or Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Booths, Feast of Tents. Let's read it again. Genesis 33, verse 17 through 20. And Jacob sojourned to Sukkot and built him an house and made booths for his cattle. Therefore, the name of the place is called Sukkot. Let's move on. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, where he came from Pandan Aram, and pitched his tent before the city. Right? So Jacob pitched his tent before the city. Israel pitched tent where Balak was. Balak was afraid. Israel set up shop all around it. They did. Infringed. Let's get it again, though. Verse 18, chapter 33. What's this madness on my phone? Get off my phone. Genesis 33, verse 18. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Pandan Aram, and pitched his tent before the city. And he bought a parcel of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected there an altar and called it El Elohi Israel. El Elohi Israel. So let's go back and read this again, y'all, for clarification. Verse 19, I'm gonna start at. And he bought a parcel of land, of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. And he erected there an altar and called it El Elohi Israel, being interpreted what? God, the God of Israel. Right? God, the God of Israel, or the Almighty Elohim of Israel. But let's move on. Let me stop. I was about to say something. I'm gonna hold that. So he bought a parcel of field where he pitched his tent. Sounds like an inheritance too. If we get back to our land, which I can't say I am. I'm hoping the Most High deliver me. Somebody gonna make it. You got an inheritance there. Jacob still got some land over there that he bought for Sukkot. Right? And he bought a parcel of field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money, right? And he erected there an altar and called it El Elohi, Israel. And once again, it says, and he erected there an altar, right? He erected an altar there. But that ain't the place where the Most High really wanted him to put his staff down in the ground, so to speak. Okay? But we're going to get to that. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. So I'm going to jump back. Matter of fact, Salakia, when I read them scriptures earlier about Genesis 33, 1 through 3, and then 5 and 7, erase that. That was a mistake. I'm going. It's Genesis 35, 1 through 3. All right, Salakia family. And the Almighty Elohim said unto Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto the Almighty Elohim. That's where he should have made the altar at, not where he pinched his tent or where he bought the parcel of field from. I understand Father Jacob saying, okay, the Most High done blessed me to get to this point. I'm going to build an altar. I'm going to worship the Most High. I'm going to recognize him here in this place. But the Most High jumped in verse 35 and said what? He said unto Jacob, arise, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto the Almighty Elohim that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. So that being said, that Genesis 33 verse 1 2 through 3 led up to that precept saying that he had to roll out running from Esau. Now the scriptures don't really get into detail of what happened in that event. But if you not too prideful, you can go in the same chapter in the book of Jasher and get extra understanding about what happened or what transpired. And it's highly interesting. But once again, Genesis chapter 35, verse 1 through 3, and the Most High or the Almighty Elohim said unto Jacob, arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make there an altar unto the Almighty Elohim that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. So he didn't want him to make it there. So I guess because he was in trouble or he was in distress, he wanted Jacob to be in shalom. So he's telling or he's instructing our forefather where to go and do this thing. Jacob was moving on his own, but it's okay. It's okay. We're moving on. Verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments, change your ways, change your garments, be clean. Throw that stuff away. It's going to clean you, clean your mind. Get them ticks and them leeches off of you, man. Clear your mind. That's going to change your appearance. From the appearance, your appearance starts with the Most High, starts from the inside out. From the inside out. Be clean. Throw away the gods. Them gods that you got hid right now inside of you, right? Back then, you know, and people still got gods right now. They be collecting stuff, worshiping stuff, all kind of madness. Got murals on the wall. They sit down, bow down, and pray to whatever. But Jacob told the people that were with him and his family, get rid of them gods, make yourself clean. Change your garments, man. Change your mind. Get your mind right, right? And that's what we're going to continue to do till the Most High remove us from this place. We're going to keep teaching all people to change your garments. Get yourself clean. Make yourself clean. Get rid of them strange gods. Get rid of your LL Cool J's and the baby, Lil Baby, and all the rest of them. Future, it don't matter. Get rid of them. They done sold themselves to the devil. They don't mean y'all no good, man. All your entertainers, Shaq, LeBron, Steph Curry, Zion Williams, or whatever their names is, they ain't meaning y'all no good. They already done signed their paperwork, man. They gonna do what they got to do to bring y'all in and say to offer y'all up for an offering. A burnt offering at that, because you will get burnt. Definitely. Satan don't want no living sacrifice. He want a dead. He want blood. So remember that, family. We're going to move on. Verse 2 again. Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, put away the strange gods that are among you and be clean. And change your garments, man. Stop. Grow up. Grow up. Change your garments. All right? Verse 3. And let us arise and go up to Bethel. And I will make thee an altar unto the Almighty. I will make there an altar unto the Almighty Elohim, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. Like I said before, I know Papa Jake went and built that altar because he fled from Esau, and he felt like, okay, this is where I need to be. I'm about this land. I don't escape. I'm finna put my staff in the ground. I'm gonna pray to the Most High and thank him for my deliverance. But the Most High said, no, sir. That ain't where I want you. I want you in Shalom. That's a grievous spot. I need you to move on. I'm gonna get you somewhere secluded so you can worship me in Shalom. Right? Now, I'm gonna jump down to verse 5. And they journeyed, and the terror of the Almighty Elohim was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. Why he told them to move on, move out the way. Jacob don't know what's about to happen, but the Most High know what's about to happen. He didn't want his son to be distressed or worried about nothing, right? He didn't know, but he knows now. So the scripture said, verse 5, and they journeyed, and the terror of the Almighty Elohim was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. See, once again, to get understanding, you got to go to other. This is just vague right here. You don't even know what's going on. But when you go into the other scripts, you will find out exactly what's going on. And you can see the works too that the Most High was putting down and the terror that he was putting down, all in the midst of this event that was happening. But we're going to move on. Verse 6. So Jacob came to Luz, which is in the land of Canaan, that is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. Verse 7. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there the Almighty Elohim appeared unto him when he fled from the face of his brother. Right? And El Bethel just means the house, or God, the house, God, comma, the house of God, or the Almighty Elohim, comma, the house of the Almighty Elohim. This is it, because this is where the Most High told me to go. The first time I did, but this time this is where the Most High guided me. So this is going to be it. I'm on course now. All right, I'm on track and I'm on course. Moving on. Numbers 24 and 5. Numbers chapter 24, verse 5. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. How goodly are thy tents and thy tabernacles, O Israel. So the Most High pleased with the family members right now. They doing what they're supposed to be doing. And we know throughout history, all the way up to this point, Israel continues to go off and forget about the Most High and continue to worship other gods. Now we worshiping them over here, set up through their brother, the wicked one, Esau. Right? They forever following him, which is kind of typical. If you got a big brother, you kind of look up to him. That's just how they go. You kind of look up to him, but you ain't understanding the deception, which you should, because you ought to know our history in this land over here. But anyway, for some kind of reason or way, we done forgot, and the barbecues and the rap and the basketball done got in the way. This football Sundays done erased our minds and conditioned us to the point where we are worshiping these people and as idols. So Esau got them set up before us as idols, and we worship them, right? We reverence them. That's what we do. That's exactly what we do. So we're still in the snare. We're still in the snare. Over here in modern day Babylon, modern day Egypt, modern day Sodom, and modern day pre-flood, we're still in the snare. Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 5. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. So the Most High appreciate you if you was able to partake in the Feast of Tabernacles, in the Feast of Booths, right? In Sukkot. He's happy. He's not upset. He is happy. He said it is a holy convocation throughout our generations. So he is happy. He's happy to see that his children are not on their own, but he poured out some spirits out here, you know, here and there for our people to wake up, put forth examples for us to see. We picked up the chips and the pieces, and lo and behold, a lot of us find out who we are, and we fighting that fight, and we going through that fire to make that transition to try to come back spiritually so we can be guided back physically, right? So we can be guided back, or what they call gather and deliver. So we can be delivered. We got to get our ticket. The only way to get the ticket is you got to get in line. You got to get in line to get the ticket. The Most High giving out tickets right now, but pretty soon the booth gonna be closed, right? Or the ticket booth gonna be closed, baby. Once he seal up the elect, he gonna let it down. You ain't gonna be able to get none. It's all over then. It's all over then. So one more time, we're gonna move on. Numbers chapter 24, verse 5. How goodly are thy tents, O Jacob, and thy tabernacles, O Israel. So he ain't upset, he appreciates it. He appreciates it. Numbers chapter 9, verse 14 through 23. Numbers chapter 9, verse 14 through 23. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you, and will keep the Passover unto the Most High, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. Ye shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land. Now I'm bringing this out because we're supposed to be leaders of righteousness, showing the nations who the Most High is, showing the nations that the Most High is the God of Israel, showing the nations how to worship the Most High. The nations may want to get rid of all their idols and say, you know what? I want to serve y'all God. I want to serve the Most High Yahweh. How do I do that? So we got to be able to show them. So the Most High got to show us how to do it. Numbers chapter 9, verse 14. Right? We got to be in position to be able to show them. But if we don't know, we can't show. If we do not know, we can't show them. Like, so yeah, we're still in rehearsal over here in the land of our captivity. Numbers chapter 9, verse 14 through 23. And if a stranger shall sojourn among you and will keep the Passover unto the Most High, according to the ordinance of the Passover, and according to the manner thereof, so shall he do. Ye shall have one ordinance, both for the stranger and for him that was born in the land. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony, right? Namely the tent of the testimony. And at even there was upon the tabernacle, as it were, the appearance of fire until the morning. So it was always. And it's the same thing. If we are rehearsing these acts over here in the land, even though that was the tabernacle of the testimony, still, these tabernacles are tabernacles of a testimony. What testimony? The testimony that I told you that Jacob, when he first started as a trendsetter, so to speak, right? It's a testimony. It's here for a witness and a testimony right here that this is what we're supposed to do. So if we rehearsing these acts, the Most High is going to hover over us and protect us, man. That's what's going on. Salah. We got to keep rehearsing these acts, and the Most High will remove us from this destruction that's all around us. Same way when Jacob fled from Esau, not knowing that the Most High was knocking fire all around him, just because they came up with malice. Esau had a plan. He had his hand behind his back and had his finger crossed. You understand? He did. Just like over here. By us separating ourselves, commemorating these acts, bringing them forth as a memorial, pretty soon it's going to get greater and greater, and we're going to have to be protected because we're going off the Most High's word that he's going to protect us. Right? It shouldn't be no shootouts at the Feast of Tabernacles. We shouldn't have to have no AKs, no 223s at the Feast of Tabernacles. We shouldn't. Or ain't no need of serving the Most High. We can just be carnal and do it ourselves or however we want to do it. Right? So that's what's up. Verse 4, let's go back to verse 15. And on the day that the tabernacle was reared up, the cloud covered the tabernacle, namely the tent of the testimony. And at evening there was upon the tabernacle as it were the appearance of fire until the morning. Right? So it was always. The cloud covered it by day, and the appearance of fire by night. And when the cloud was taken up from the tabernacle, then after that, the children of Israel journeyed, right? And in the place where the cloud abode, there the children of Israel pitched their tents. So that, you know, when the Most High moved, we move, just like that. When I move, you move, just like that. That's what the Most High said. Listen to me, do what I do. Follow me, son. Do what I say, do what I do. Let me establish you. Don't do it your way. That's the same thing like when Jacob put an altar up on his own at first. When he fled from Esau, the Most High came to him and said, no, sir, son, this is what I want you to do. I need you to go up here. I need you to erect an altar here. This is what I need you to do. Listen to me. Let me guide you. Let me show you. This is how it's supposed to be done. So yeah, in the Feast of Tabernacles, in the Feast of Tents, or Booths, in Sukkot, we got to be an example to the people the Most High bringing in. We got to continue to rehearse the righteous act. Right? Moving on. Verse 18. At the commandment of the Most High, the children of Israel journeyed. See? And at the commandment of the Most High, they pitched, right? They set up shop. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. Woo. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Most High and journeyed not. So they got it at that time, right? Ooh, well, it had to be a super duper thing, but it's going to happen again. Thus says the Most High in the book of Ezekiel, the 47th chapter, Revelation, the 7th chapter. It's going to happen. We got to get that up. We got to endure. We got to be strong. We got to be patient. We got to keep that faith. We got to be hopeful, man. It's going to happen again. Somebody going to make it. And the Most High going to protect it because it's going to be going down all over the place. Destruction going to come here. And once he wipe this thing up, it's going to move right on back home to the east for the showdown. And somebody got to be protected, namely the children of Israel. And strangers that sojourn with them got to be protected. Right? Because they're going to believe in what you believe. They're going to believe in what you believe. They're going to understand that for a shadow of a doubt, y'all are the children of Israel. They're going to accept that. And they're going to want to be with you. Now, if you deny them, that's between you and the Most High. You doing your own thing, like Jacob did. Don't do your own thing. Listen to me like the Most High said. Follow my instructions, son. Right? So verse 18 said, at the commandment of the Most High, the children of Israel journeyed. And at the commandment of the Most High, they pitched. As long as the cloud abode upon the tabernacle, they rested in their tents. And when the cloud tarried long upon the tabernacle many days, then the children of Israel kept the charge of the Most High and journeyed not. They didn't do what they want to do and start moving how they want to move. They didn't forget the ordinance. They paying attention at this time. They following instructions. They doing what the Most High said do, not what they want to do, how they want to do. All right? Verse 21. And so it was when the cloud abode from even unto morning, and that the cloud was taken up in the morning. Then they journeyed. Then they journeyed. Whether it was by day or by night, that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. So they had to pay attention. When they had to be paying attention, they can't be too caught up out in the world, not understanding that, you know what? The multitude done rolled out. You done got caught up. You done got caught up because you stayed away too long. You need to be paying attention because you're not settled yet. They was not settled yet. They was not settled just yet. So the Most High is guiding them, bringing them back home. Let's move on. Verse 21 again. And so it was when the cloud abode from even unto the morning, and that the cloud was taken up in the morning. Then they journeyed. Whether it was by day or by night, that the cloud was taken up, they journeyed. Or whether it was 2 days or a month or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle. Remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode in their tents and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. So they stayed in their tent. They stayed keeping Sukkot. They stayed keeping the feast, or they stayed in the commandments of the tabernacle. Don't matter how long it was. But we rehearsing it right now. We rehearsing it right now. Just like they was going through a rehearsal then. We rehearsing it right now. We making preparations. Same thing. We're going to have to execute this same thing so it won't be a strange thing when it jump off. We got to be prepared to pass it on to somebody up under us or beside us. Like I said, I ain't saying I'm going to make it, but somebody going to make it. But you going to have to be an example to somebody. And say, hey, this is how it goes, y'all. This is what we do. This is what we do. Verse 22 again. Or whether it were 2 days or a month or a year, that the cloud tarried upon the tabernacle, remaining thereon, the children of Israel abode in their tents and journeyed not. But when it was taken up, they journeyed. At the commandment of the Most High, they rested in their tents. And at the commandment of the Most High, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Most High at the commandment of the Most High by the hand of Moses. Right? Their instructor. By the hand of Moses, their instructor. Once again, somebody got to be out here to be an instructor, an example for whoever's coming in. But you got to be a righteous instructor. You can't lead the sheep astray. You got to do what the Most High tell you to do, to tell them to do. So how are you going to know what the Most High tell you to do? We're going through it right now. We're going through it right now. Don't put your 2 cents in it. Just do what the Most High tell you to do and pass that on, and everything gonna be good. The Most High can deliver his people. But how can you be delivered if you going off all over the place? When the cloud move, you ain't nowhere around. You butt naked at that point. You ain't got no fight, no help in the fight now. You all alone. So Esau and his troop to come devour you. Verse 23 again. At the commandment of the Most High, they rested in the tent. And at the commandment of the Most High, they journeyed. They kept the charge of the Most High at the commandment of the Most High by the hand of Moses, their instructor, Moses. They kept the commandment by the hand of Moses. Right? Leviticus chapter 23, verse 42 through 44. Leviticus 23, 42 through 44. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 42 through 44. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelite born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High Yahweh, your Almighty Elohim. So that's what I was saying. Somebody got to keep rehearsing the act, because it's the ordinance forever throughout your generations. So the Most High said, you got to keep doing it. You got to be an example. Once again, ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. So when they ask you, it won't be a strange thing. You can tell them this is what our forefathers did. We're doing this just like my daddy. My daddy did this. Who is your daddy? My daddy is your daddy. Who is our daddy? Our daddy is Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. I'm pretty sure you done heard of it. But have you been told correctly? I don't know. We're going to go through it and we're going to find out. And we'll get to the bottom of it. But we're going to go through this feast, all these feasts. And we're going to come back to the Most High, just like Jacob was working his way from Egypt back to the Most High. We're going to do it just like our daddy did it. We're going to do it just like our daddy. Right? That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Most High Yahweh, your Almighty Elohim. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Most High. That was his job, and he did what he had to do. Right? So we're going to close out, and I'm closing out the Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Tents, Feast of Booths, Sukkot. And I give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High for allowing me, even though, you know, if you out there, man, if you find yourself slipping, you fall, man, get your behind up. Go back and pray, start over again, try to get it right, ask for help. Do not be ashamed, do not be proud, but keep it moving, right? And come out from among them. Come out from among them so you can see how the Most High working, so you can be protected. Come out from amongst them. All this destruction and terror of the Most High going on out here, do not get caught up in it. Come out from amongst them, right? Come out from amongst them. So I give all honor, glory, and praises again to the Most High, Yahweh, Yahuwah, right? Bahashem, Amashiach, Yahweh Shah, Yahusha, Kwam Yashala. I hope everybody was able to endure and had a wonderful Feast of Tabernacles this year, 2022, over here in the land of your captivity. Stay strong and stay focused. Most High willing, I'll do it again. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom.